bloggers, truth seekers and conspiracy nutjobs, of which I include myself. I am officially a conspiracy nutjobber, and that's because I believe that on the 31st of August in Paris, in the Alma Tunnel, a terrible, horrible crime, tragic crime was committed. I don't think it was an accident. And the fact that I don't believe it was an accident, they, the suits, the powers that be, believe that I'm a nutjob. And so if you're watching this, maybe you agree with me. So join the nutjob club. Okay, this week, what happened? Now, well, let's recap, because I don't want you to think of this inquest as a trial. It's not a trial. It is a grand jury, which means there can't be a verdict of guilty, not guilty, because there's nobody standing trial. So what we have to have is three different verdicts. One is accident, the other one is no accident, and then the third one will be death by misadventure, which means negligent homicide in American speak. Okay? But right now we're just being confused the caca out of, so I just think that the jury popping pills, I mean, I'm reading this stuff every day and it's confusing the doo-doo out of me. So I think they're going to be so confused that they'll think, I'm so confused that I can't come to a conclusion. I come to the conclusion that there is no conclusion. So no conclusion probably will mean no verdict, no accident. Which will mean that there actually, if it wasn't an accident, then a crime did occur. And what does Mohammed al-Fayed want? Well, he wants for either Prince Philip or Prince Charles to take the stand. Good luck, Mohammed. I can't see that happening, but then again, I could never see this happening. So well done to you for bringing it this far. Now, it's a crazy kind of trial, this grand jury, because it's like having attention deficit disorder. ADD, because it's all over the map. I mean, one day you've got a drunk driver, and then you've got engagement, and then you've got blood samples, and then you've got pregnancy. I mean, you can't get a tag on it. But if you have ADD, it's a great trial to follow because it never follows any path. Anyway, so this week we went back to the Fiat Uno. Do you remember the Fiat Uno? That was the car that clipped the Mercedes, broke its back tail light, and the tail light, bits of broken Fiat Uno, white Fiat Uno glass, fell into the back of the Mercedes tail light. So, and the jury were examining them this week. And but we found out a couple of things that we didn't know. James Adamson, he sold the car a month after the crash. So in October '97 it was sold, and the French police haven't ever been able to find it to this day, which is kind of sad. And then we found out this week that James Adamson, top royal photographer, wasn't even in Paris on the night of the 31st of August. Well, why wouldn't you? Well, you know, it made sense to me, I'm telling you, because if you're a top photographer and the biggest meal ticket of your life, Princess Diana, flies into Paris with her new lover, why wouldn't you go to Corsica? Makes sense, doesn't it? Bloggers, nutjobbers, of course he'd leave and go. Well, anyway, that's where he was. So he wasn't even in Paris, so he wasn't even driving that car, and even though he sold it the month later, it wasn't his car. Now the thing is, we'd like to ask James, but we can't, because sadly, well, he's dead. Yeah, that was sad, because he died by committing suicide 2 years after the crash. Very sad accident. He incinerated himself inside his car while locking the doors from the outside and throwing away the keys. That's a good trick, James. Shame that you're dead, because you could have told us how you did it. It was something that, anyway, moving right along. Oh, this is a new part of my show. Oh, no, my new part of my show is coming up later. But now we're going to do Britney Spears and Princess Diana. What is the connection? Well, this week, Britney Spears tried to introduce, I think it will happen, she'll introduce into law the Britney law. Now this is going to prevent the paparazzi from getting within 20 yards or 60 feet of any celebrity, which is great, and people are saying this is a marvellous law and we should have done it 10 years ago because then Princess Diana wouldn't have died. Well, it's, you know, when you look at the facts, you know, they swarm around her like wasps, don't they, this paparazzi? And I did my research this week, and it does appear that 11 deaths a year are caused by wasps in the United States. And my figures for death by paparazzi in the United States, now bear with me because I have it here, is in fact none. None. Huh. No deaths by paparazzi anywhere in the world, except if you want to include Princess Diana. But then if you're a conspiracy nut jobber, you can't, because you know that the paparazzi didn't even get to the crash until at least 10 minutes after the event occurred. And how do we know this? We know it from testimonies of people who were actually there and they didn't even know who was in the car. And a doctor went over and saw a very pretty young blonde woman on the back seat and had no idea it was Princess Diana, administered oxygen to her for at least 10 minutes and didn't realise until afterwards who he'd been administering oxygen to. And the reason they didn't know, well, because there was no paparazzi around at the time. Oh, so anyway, listen, I hope Britney gets her law. Maybe she'll stop drinking and keep her knickers on. Maybe you remind her, pants. You call them pants, I think, in America. Maybe it reminds her to keep them on when she goes out in the future. She doesn't have to worry about paparazzi. And now we come to the new part of my show. Now, if I had lots of money, I would be able to kind of like press a button and I would have a new theme tune. But this part of the show is going to be called Connect the Dots. Da 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 da. Connect the dots, connect the dots. Da 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 da. Connect the dots. Okay. Now, how do you connect the Archbishop of Canterbury, Sharia law, and the murder of Princess Diana? Well, if you'd like to go to Camilla, Queen in Waiting, you can actually see a picture of Rowan Williams. Now, this is the man who became Archbishop of Canterbury in 2005. Now, what's important about 2005 was that Charles actually found somebody who would marry him. Well, yeah, he found Camilla to marry him, but found somebody who would marry him and Camilla. And this was this Rowan Williams. Now, it's actually illegal for a British royal to remarry after a divorce, and it's illegal for a British royal to remarry in a public place. No, not a toilet, but a public place like a registry office. So he married in a registry office, and then they went to a church where this particular archbishop blessed the two of them in holy union, and they prayed for forgiveness for sins that they'd committed. And it was all very religious and very unpalatable, I would say, the whole thing. Anyway, so this is one loony political kook that this week said that Sharia law was not only unavoidable but desirable. Now, if a lot of people say, what's Sharia law? Well, Sharia law, just to kind of like, it's the religious, political, Islamic fundamentalist wing of the Muslim religion. Now, it means that you have things like honour killings, beheadings, burying women up to their neck in sand, stonings, hand choppings, all lovely things like that. And if you find that desirable, he's the guy for you. But if you don't, then you think he's a loony, insane crackpot and he should resign, well then, yes, I agree with you there. So that's how you connect the dots, you see. You find a kooky archbishop, you marry Charles and Camilla, Princess Diana dies in an accident in Paris, and then you get Sharia law. You see what a slippery slope we're on? And just to finish, there is actually one woman I wouldn't mind having buried up to her neck in sand, and it's not Hilary Clinton. Okay, nut jobbers, bloggers, see you next week. Bye.